Hello ladies, hello boys. How are you doing today? So I'm very glad to for being back here with you with a new video, a new drawing tutorial. So today topic, I think I've decided, I was thinking what I can do about the mummy. I think I'm gonna make a video on the next week about the mummy, like from maybe scratch it again, inking and recorder. But today I want to do something new. I think a new topic. I was thinking that what about to draw a smiley? Like I love a smiley, these yellow faces. But the main topic is how you can um, balance, and then you can get a good harmony between all colors on your design. So we're gonna start to see what can match the background with the character design, what color we can put, and about the color furry and everything. So right, we can start the first scratch. So the smiley is quite simple. Today I'm not gonna do a very complex design, but let's make it simple, let's make it fun, and let's draw it together, guys. Okay, so to start with sketching, first I'm gonna choose, I like to choose personally the blue, but this time I'm gonna choose kind of blue purple here. You can choose whatever you want to choose, it's really up to you and what you feel the most comfortable with. So for the sketch, I like to sketch with a technical pen. You might have some more other preferences, maybe along your brush by default. So in my case, I really love to use the technical pens because it gives some very simple and very kind of a very smooth and good flow with it. So today let's start with a sketch. Right, okay, so I set it up at 17% brush size. So a smiley is basically a round right circle, right? For it's just actually only the head, the big head. So I'm gonna start drawing like this. I'm gonna hold. Here we go, very simple. So for those who just started Procreate, to make a perfect shaped circle, you start it like this. You hold it, and you can also scale the circle as you want. And you see here the shape is not perfect because with your fingers, with your left hand, sorry, you're just locked in like that. See, once you release your hand, it's become a bit distorted. So, and at the same time, you can, while you're scaling, you can lock in into a perfect shape, perfect circle. Right. So now to place it in the middle, you can do with fingers, you can do with your pen either. Okay. So let's start customize this, guys. I think I want to do a smiley with kind of a mustache or something, with a big smile. So we're gonna make it simple, cool, and fun. So for the nose, first for the nose, what you can do, first you can trace some line if you prefer. Just imagine it's a piece of is a big cake, and you want to cut some slices, right? It's not really so much precise, but I like to trace like this, and this is help you to visualize where you can place your different elements. So for the nose, it's gonna be placed here in the middle, which is gonna be here. But for the nose, I'm gonna draw oval like this, right? So now for the mustache, let's say, let's make it like a moon, like a curve like this, another line like that, and another one who's joining here. So it's just linked up with a nose like this. And kind of smileys, or another half oval here. Kind of a tongue is going to be here. Just curve it like that. Yes. Right, guys. Okay. So I already visualize the nose going to be kind of like this, and the eyes is going to be placed here. So for the eyes, I think let's make an arch like that, and a big like ovals like this. So I show you again. You just start here and you're locked in. Here we go. Let's make another oval here. Or maybe I think it will be a lot more interesting. Yes, to do something like that. Okay, so for the other part, I'm gonna do the same, like this. And again, an arch. Pretty much a little bit smaller due to the perspective, a little bit smaller on the left side, but it doesn't change that much. And here is like looking this way. Here repeat the same, the iris here, like that. Well, rather to be happy, kind of like a bit surprised. So I'm gonna make maybe eyebrow like this. See? If it's too complicated, we can even do maybe something quicker like that, and another one in this position. He's kind of a bit of confused, our Smiley can look confused. Okay, so now do you want, guys, we add some ears maybe? So to add some ears, if you don't really know, you can pretty much have an idea to place it here. Here's going to be the ears, so you place it oval, but once we're going to ink, we're going to define everything clearly. Right. I think for the top of the head, or maybe on this side, let's add some hair just on this side. So it's kind of bold, so you make triangles, trace triangles here, and that's it. And on the next stage, once we're gonna ink, we're gonna pretty much like changing the texture and not making that straight like this. So maybe a bit curly or something, and we figure out on the next stage. Okay. So for the top of the head, there's also these guys, a little hat. Make kind of rocket shape like this, see? And let's make a little kind of little mountain hill very boldly here. Okay, love some flowers or on the hats. It's completely an improvisation, guys. Seriously, but it's fun. It's fun sometimes to improvise. And we can add some shade here, a mark shade here, shade of underneath the smiley. Right. Okay, so we have pretty much our design, our sketch down. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down the opacity, maybe 43%. Gonna open a new layer, or let's go a bit brighter, like maybe 27%. Yes. So we open a new layer, we go to our color palette, and we choose maybe black. Let's choose black. And we can change the brush with Studio Open and at 25%. Yes, would be perfect. So let's start to ink this guy. Gonna begin from this side. Here. Right. So now, what we're gonna do is, I wanna carry on with the eyes. So this way, like to make this arch thinner and thicker this way. Okay, thicker and thinner at the end. Exactly like this. Yes. Same here. Thicker and thinner at the end. But don't worry guys, it's a bit tough, but just need to practice with the line weights. It's all about pressure with your hands, but it's something that can really be handled. Here for the eyebrow it's not a problem, because why? Because we're not going to see the difference between light weights on the eyebrow, because the eyebrow is going to be filled in dark anyway, so we won't even notice the difference of line weights. See, here we go. So now for the nose, I'm going to start thinner here and thicker. I'm going to start thicker here and thinner at the end. It's not that obvious, so I'm going to be a bit more thinner. Yes, exactly. Here, just to raise a little bit. Here. Okay. So for the mustache, I think for the mustache, I'm not going to make it so perfect, like moon shape like this, but I'm going to make kind of very cartoonish mustache fill instead. Yes, I'm gonna draw like this for the mouth. Gonna make it a bit more wider for the tongue, like that. And I'm gonna drop it. So now, I think for the eyes, well, for the eyes I'm gonna again draw something like that. And the same thing here on this side. For the iris, you just with your finger pick up the color of the background, which is white, and you gonna draw the iris. 25% brush size, and you make a little dot here beside. So for the hair, I'm gonna start from this side, just rotate the design that way, and I'm gonna make it like this. I think for the ears gonna make something thicker here. Yes, thicker here is pretty difficult at the beginning, but with practice it comes. Okay, and I keep going here. It's okay, it's very easy to erase even on the same layer, so here it's not a problem. Otherwise I would have to draw on separate layer. Okay, so for the other side, around here, see it's kind of equal. And I'm going to erase. Yes. For the hat, I'm going to make something like this. Kind of oval here as well. And here. For the shading, start from this point and drop it. Here we go. Let's make, yes, add a bit of more texture and details on the designs. Yes. Here it's like flower texture inside. Here on the cap as well. Yes. All right. Our ink is down. So now we take off the sketch layer, and you can scale, place it here more in the center. So now, before to put the color, you set your ink layer as a reference. You open a new layer, and you place underneath this layer. So for the smiley, of course, we're gonna pick up the yellow color, maybe right here on this palette. It's not maybe that yellowish, so maybe yeah, this kind of yellow looks good. So you just drop it. And remember, if you want to drop it well, you just have to continue filling to make sure you draw very well design. That it's too much. Here you have continue filling and just you release, and you do the same here up to 96%. Right. Okay, so for the nose I want to choose maybe maybe well, the same color thing should be fine. Yes, let's stay on the same color. For the eyes, I'm gonna pick up a blue, a very light blue, like this. For the mustache and hair side of the ears, I'm gonna choose a brown, brown like that. Yep. And here I continue filling. Okay. So like this. For the tongue, I'm gonna pick up this very punchy red here. And for the hat, I want to choose some kind of green, very flashy green like this, both sides, and blue. I think that's perfect. Kind of a blue, like kind of very pop, cool color hat, and for these little kind of wings, same of a color of eyes. I'm gonna add this very light blue, like fluorescent blue. Right. So we have our smiley down with the color. So now, if you're struggling like to get the right background that to make it pop your design, there is actually a very good tool on Procreate, and it's all about fairy colors and everything. But of course, it requires to get some knowledge as well. And even myself, I don't know perfectly those fairy, but this is something very important in art. So for that, first let's take off the background color, and like this we make sure we didn't forget to fill anything. So just this part, actually it's fine. Okay, so now let's back to the white background color. So what are you going to do to determine the color of the background? What you do is you choose, you can see what's the dominant color in your design, which is yellow, right? So me, what I usually do is I just select the yellow, who is popping up here, and I go here down there, and you have a tool called harmony. So the harmony will actually indicate you which color is the best fit, depending on what is the furry you want to choose. Like tetradic, you have analogous, which is the most closest colors. You have complementary colors, which is the most classical. I think we're gonna stay on the first on the complementary color. Complementary color is like two opposite color, right? On the chrome circle, you can see the warm color of a yellow character, and you can see the cold color, right, the blue one. So that's a pretty good indication that what match to your character design. So for me, let's say we're gonna pick up the blue color. So now you just have to drop it on the sun layer and see how now your design is just showing up. It's actually pretty cool. But if you want, you can add one more layer only for the background. You drop it, and what I like to do is I open a new layer above the background layer, and from this blue here of the background layer, I just go darker on the bottom, and I set at 100% my size brush. I trace a line like this, and I color over this part. And I'm actually gonna make gradients with those colors. So it's quite complex actually about furry colors, but it's very interesting. So the most common furry colors that people know is complementary, and I think analogous. So I think that's what I'm using, complementary, today. So now, once you're doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to adjustments, to Gaussian blur, and from left to right, you're just going to swipe like this, and you have a very nice gradients of color up to 50%, and you have your design down, right? So this is it for today, guys. Unless you want to put some highlights. I think I like it plain like this, but we can, on the sun layer, let's add some white. Let's add a little bit of white here. On these guys. on this mustache too, this side. Okay. Yes. And here on this part. Of a face. And on the hat as well, I'm going to follow all along these lines. On the nose. Alright guys, this is it for today. This is it. I hope you like it. Ready? I hope you like it. I hope you find it interesting. So this is how you can play with the harmony and find the best harmony, I mean, with your colors between the background and your character design. So just play with the tools here, the harmony, and you can play with it. You can even test what is the best. See, by choosing the dominant color of your design or even not from the hat, and you can determine which color can match. So right guys, thank you very much. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you find it educational enough and entertaining enough, and I see you very soon, I think probably next week, for a new video. So please, if you find it interesting and you really like it, just make sure you drop your comments below. For the new followers, you're more than welcome. If you have any questions or anything like that, or you have any other suggestions, please let me know in the comment section on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much guys. I wish you a good day and a good night, and I see you next time. Thank you very much.